All right, first graders, we're going to be working on our math for today, page 293 and 294. We're going to start here with these clocks. It's asking us to just match the clocks with the times. So this one's already done for us, 8:05. And then we'll start with this orange flower here. We can see that the hour hand is between the 1 and the 2. And the minute hand is on 35. So we know that that says 135, so we're just going to draw the line here to 135, and then you guys can do the purple flower and the lime all by yourselves. And let's go to number 2. It says, with your ruler, draw lines these lengths. So I'm going to do it on the board. So the first one it asks is just 4 inches. So we're going to be using our inches side on our ruler, just the bigger side here. And we're going to put the corner of our ruler up against that line because it wants us to start measuring from there. And we're going to draw our line up top just to 4 inches. So we'll stop there. Okay, so this line, 4 inches. And the next one, it says 8 centimeters, so you're just going to flip it upside down. We're going to use the smaller measurements here, the centimeters. And again, put the side of your ruler against the line that they give you there. And you're going to draw 8 centimeters, so you're going to just draw until you come to the 8 and stop. And perfect, so 8 centimeters there. And then on the next part, we just have some combinations to do. We're going to be adding 3 whole numbers. So we have 36, 22, and 11. So we're going to make sure that we're adding everything in the ones column all the way down and everything in the tens column all the way down. So we'll start with 6 plus 2 plus 1. So we know that 6 plus 2, that gives us 8, plus 1 gives us 9. So we'll put our 9 in the ones column under the line here. And 3 plus 2, we know that's 5, plus 1 gives us 6. And then that stays in the tens column all the way down as well. So if we go to the next one here, we'll start with the ones column. 4 plus 5, we know that's 9, plus 0. So we're just going to put a 9 under the ones column. And for the tens column, we have 5 plus 1. We know that's going to be 6, plus 3. We know that'll be 9. So we'll put another 9 under the tens column. And for this one here, this one's a little tricky. So 0 plus 1 plus 7. Well, we know that 0 plus 1 is 1. Plus 7 is going to give us 8. So we're going to follow it down and put the 8 in the ones column. And then 2 plus 4, we know that's 6. And then there's nothing here, so we're not going to add anything. So 2 plus 4, we know is 6. So remember, and even if you need to draw the line down the middle, but we know that this is the ones column and this is the tens column, and we're just add all the way straight down. And then on the next page here, we have some read aloud combination. So I'm going to read the combination to you guys, and you will just write the answer on your paper. So we'll start with A. We have 8 plus 4. A is 8 plus 4. B is 11 minus 7. 11 minus 7. C is 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5. D is 12 minus 9. 12 minus 9. E is 7 minus 3 plus 6. 7 minus 3 plus 6. And F, the very last one, 2 plus 9 minus 4. 2 plus 9 minus 4. And then for number 2, we have a story problem. It says Miss Robin laid 4 eggs. Miss Sparrow laid 5 eggs. And Miss Dove laid 2 eggs. How many eggs did both Miss Robin and Mrs. Sparrow lay? So we want to know how many altogether for Mrs. Robin and Mrs. Sparrow. So the first question here, it says mark under the fact that was not needed. So if we want to know how many eggs did Mrs. Robin and Mrs. Sparrow lay, we need to know both of those. So we need to know how many eggs Mrs. Robin laid and how many eggs Mrs. Sparrow laid, but we don't need to know how many eggs Mrs. Dove laid. So that's the dot that we're going to color in the last one there because that fact is not needed. And for the next one, mark the dot under the combination and the answer. So we want to know how many eggs did both Mrs. Robin and Mrs. Sparrow lay. So if we know that Mrs. Robin laid 4 eggs and Mrs. Sparrow laid 5, we want to know all together. So we want to know what says 4 plus 5 equals the total here. So we're going to figure out which one. So we know it's not 4 plus 2. 4 plus 5 equals 9. That sounds right, but let's check. 5 plus 2 equals 7. We know that we don't need that one there. So the middle one, 4 plus 5 equals 9. And then on the very bottom, we kind of have a fun activity. It says write the number that is greater or less than. So we can pick any number that we want to, within reason, and write it there. So the first one, we have 32 is less than, then we can pick our own number. So we need to know, or we need to put a number that is bigger than 32. We have to pick anything that's bigger. So how about we pick any number from the class?
45.
Okay, 45. So we'll put 45. Okay, so we're saying 32 is less than 45. And if we go to the next one here, it says 100 is greater than, then we can fill in our own number. So we have to pick a number that's less than 100. Anybody have any suggestions?
12.
12, great idea. 12. So we know 100 is greater than 12. And for the next one here, 63. So we're going to say 63 is less than a number here. So we know that we need to choose a bigger number. So who knows a number that's bigger than 63?
75.
75. Perfect. 75. So 63 is less than 75. And for the next one here, 45 is greater than, and the number here, so we know that we need to have a number that is smaller than 45 on this side, because we're saying that 45 is a greater number. So who has an idea of a number that's less than 45?
44.
44. So we know that this says 45 is greater than 44. And for the next one here, 82 is less than what? So we need to know 82 is less than any number. So we need a number that is bigger than 82. Who has an idea about a number that's bigger than 82?
99.
99. So we know that 82 is less than 99. And for the very last one here, 19 is greater than a number, so we need a number that's smaller than 19 to make this true. So what's an idea for a number that's smaller than 19?
3.
3. All right, so 19 is greater than 3. And that's all you have to do for your math today. And if you want to choose any numbers that you want within reason for these, you're more than welcome to. And just let us know if you have any questions.